One day, in the Dragonlands, Spyro and Cynder were playing around with each other. They were having lots of fun and really enjoyed each other's company. "Boy, do I love hanging out with you, Cynder," said Spyro. "You always brighten up my day." "I must admit, you're a good friend too, Spyro," said Cynder. They both landed on the ground. "So, what should we do now?" asked Spyro. Just then, Cynder's stomach growled. "Whoop," she said. "Stomach's running on empty. I guess it's lunchtime." Spyro looked around. "There don't seem to be any sheep for me to fry," he said, disappointed. "Maybe we could go to the grocery store and buy some lamb chops," suggested Cynder. "That's not a bad idea," said Spyro. "I do have a lot of treasures in my inventory that I need to spend, so that's a good reason for me to use them." Spyro grabbed some treasures of his, and he and Cynder went flying around until they found a grocery store. "There's one down there," Cynder said. The two dragons flew down and walked out to the grocery store. "Uh-oh," Spyro said, stopping Cynder in his tracks. "What's the matter, Spyro?" Cynder asked. "This shop is being run by Norks," Spyro said. "They won't take kindly to me at all. Normally I would torch them and rail them, but that's not really the civil way to go." "I agree," said Cynder. "Plus, I'm not really the violent type, so I wouldn't encourage you to do that anyway." "So what are we going to do now?" Spyro asked Cynder. "Maybe we could just look for another store," suggested Cynder. "No, wait," said Spyro. "I've got a better idea." "What's that?" Cynder asked. "We'll disguise ourselves and sneak into the store," said Spyro. Cynder giggled. "Probably not necessary, but it sure sounds fun." "Great," said Spyro. "Wait right here, and I'll go get our disguise." Spyro rushed off and came back with a trench coat, fedora, and a pair of Groucho Marx glasses. "Okay," said Spyro. "Let's do this." Spyro climbed onto Cynder's shoulders wearing the coat and glasses. "Ready, Cynder?" asked Spyro. "Ready, Spyro," Cynder winked. "All right," said Spyro as he buttoned up the coat. "Now let's go in there and pick up some lamb chops." Cynder carefully walked inside the store. She peeked through the gap so that she could see where she was going. "Do you know where the lamb chops are, Spyro?" Cynder asked Spyro in a hushed whisper. "Not exactly," said Spyro. "Maybe we should ask an employee for help." Spyro then saw a Nork, Curtis and Clark walking around. "Maybe he'll know." Cynder walked up to the Nork. As soon as they were close, she quickly hid back in the coat so that the Nork wouldn't see her. Spyro cleared his throat and spoke in a deep voice to the Nork. "Excuse me, kind sir, would you be so kind as to direct me to where your lamb chops may be?" "Why, yes," said the Nork. "They're at the meat department. It's in the back of the store at the ends of aisles 13 and 14. Suddenly, Cynder sneezed. Spyro and the Nork both heard this. Spyro's heart skipped a beat as the Nork began to look suspicious. "Did your stomach just sneeze?" the Nork asked. No," Spyro said. "That's ridiculous. That was just a little gas." This lie was convincing enough to the Nork. But then, Cynder's stomach growled again, which he also heard. "You sound pretty hungry," he said. "I guess I'll let you get your lamb chops and be on your way then." "Thank you very much, sir," said Spyro as he nudged Cynder, signaling her to go. Cynder started walking towards the meat department. "That was a close one," Cynder whispered. Spyro guided Cynder to the meat department. They soon got there. Spyro looked amongst the meat. Cynder peeked out of the coat to look with him. Her mouth drooled as they all looked so delicious to her. Soon they found the lamb chops. "Here's what we were looking for," said Spyro. "Awesome," said Cynder. "Let's get some." Just then, Cynder saw a Nork butcher walking up to the counter. She quickly hid in the coat again as he approached so not to get caught. "2 pounds of lamb chops, please," said Spyro in his deep voice. "Here you are," said the butcher, Nork handing the lamb chops to Spyro. "Thank you." Spyro then guided Cynder to the checkout stand. She wobbled a little bit as she was walking since she was also trying to balance the extra weight of the lamb chops that Spyro was carrying. As they got to the checkout stand, Spyro put the lamb chops on. Cynder was relieved to have the extra weight off her shoulders, and she couldn't wait to sink her teeth into those lamb chops. The Nork cashier rang up the order. "That'll be 56 gems," she said. Spyro paid with the gems and took the bags of lamb chops. Suddenly, Cynder's allergies started acting up again. Achoo! Cynder sneezed briefly inflated the coat into a massive balloon, but then it deflated back down to normal. A little smoke came out from the bottom of the coat. This caught Spyro by surprise. He sweat dropped, and his heart started racing, thinking they could be busted now. The checkout narc blinked and said, "My, you certainly have some big allergies. You should probably get that looked at." Spyro decided to reluctantly play alone. Thanks," he said. Then he whispered alongside to Cynder, "Let's vamoose, quickly!" Cynder nodded and walked as quickly and carefully as she could out of the store before anything else happened. As soon as they were a safe distance from the store, Cynder opened up the coat to catch her breath. She coughed and sputtered from all the smoke that he filled up the coat with after she sneezed. "You okay, Cynder?" Spyro asked. "Yeah, I'm fine," said Cynder. "But next time we do this, Spyro, please try not to pick a disguise that's so dusty on the inside." "Sorry, my bad," said Spyro. Spyro then got off of Cynder's shoulders and took off the disguise. "All right, mission accomplished," said Spyro. "And now, Cynder, we feast." Spyro used his flames to cook the lamb chops. Once they were all done, he and Cynder ate them. They enjoyed their meal together. "Today sure was fun, Spyro," said Cynder, "and these lamb chops are what my stomach needed. Thank you for such a great day." "My pleasure," said Spyro. "Anything for a girl dragon that is my best friend." Cynder blushed. She then wrapped one arm around Spyro to give him a kiss on the cheek. Spyro rolled his eyes in amazement and fainted with a touch of love. Cynder giggled, and the two of them continued to enjoy their meal together. The end.